23, and 2 years ago, I stood barefoot in a backyard, strung with fairy lights, my hands trembling as I slipped a ring onto Ethan's finger, promising him forever under a sky bruised with dust. He's 27, broad-shouldered and steady, a carpenter with calloused hands and a laugh that rumbles like thunder. We've built a life in our creaky little house on the edge of town. Peeling paint, a sagging porch, a kitchen where coffee stains mark the counter like battle scars. 10 months ago, Owen came screaming into that life. Our son? A squirming bundle of chaos with eyes that pierce me and a tuft of hair that's turning heads for all the wrong reasons. Ethan and I, we're a unit. A messy, beautiful thing I'd kill to protect. But Luke, Ethan's shadow from high school, keeps clawing at the edges, and last week, he tore a hole I can stitch shut. Luke's been Ethan's best friend since they were 15. Two loudmouths bonded over skinned knees and cheap beer, tearing through our small town like it was theirs to conquer. I met him 3 years back, when Ethan dragged me to a bonfire at Luke's place. A ramshackle cabin by the river, all splintered wood and cigarette burns. I hated him on sight. He's 27 going on 17. Brash, crude, a perpetual frat boy who struts into rooms like he owns them, cracking jokes that land like punches. His humor's a serrated edge, slicing through polite chatter with dick jokes and leers, always chasing the spotlight while the rest of us cringe. Ethan's crew, grown men now, married or settled, roll their eyes but let him stay, a relic they can't shake. Luke, he's never kept a woman longer than a weekend, never brought one around. Just brags about bar hookups with a grin that makes my skin crawl. From the start, he's rubbed me raw. At that first bonfire, he sized me up. My thrift store sundress, my brown hair spilling loose, my blue eyes catching the firelight, and smirked, "Ethan's punching up, huh?" I laughed it off, but his gaze lingered, a greasy thing that stuck to me. Over the years, it's been worse. Comments like, "You're too pretty to be stuck with him," tossed out with a wink while Ethan's back was turned. I'd stiffen, shoot back something sharp. "Keep dreaming, Luke." And then he'd cackle, like it was all a game. Ethan'd shrug, say, "That's just Luke." And I'd let it slide, not wanting to be the wife who kills his boys' nights. Hunting trips, golf outings, beers at the bar. I've never stopped him. Never even wanted to. I just kept Luke at arm's length, a buzzing fly I could swat away. Owen's birth sharpened everything. 10 months ago, I lay in a hospital bed, sweat-soaked and screaming, Ethan gripping my hand as our boy came roaring out. 6 pounds of fury, blue eyes wide like mine, a shock of hair that's lightened to a sandy blonde. Ethan cried, big heaving sobs, cradling him like he'd break, and we named him Owen James, after his granddad, a name that felt like roots sinking deep. He's ours, mine and Ethan's. A mirror of us, or so I thought. My brown hair, Ethan's black curls. My blue eyes, his brown ones. Owen's a mix, a puzzle, but he's ours. Until Luke opened his mouth and turned it into a war. Last week, the air's crisp, autumn biting at the edges, and I'm home with Owen, rocking him in our living room. Threadbare couch, toys scattered like landmines. Ethan's due for golf with Luke, a Saturday ritual I've learned to tune out. The doorbell chimes, and I'm there, Owen in my arms, his little head nestled against my chest, drooling on my sweater. It's Luke, all swagger and plaid, blonde hair messy, blue eyes glinting like he's already won something. "Hey, Tess," he says, grin wide, then leans in, cooing at Owen. "Can I hold the little man?" I hesitate, instinct, a flicker of unease, but hand him over, watching Luke bounce him, goofy and loud. Then it comes, casual as a breath. Hey there, man. Come to Papa. Ethan's behind him, stepping in from the porch, and they both laugh. Deep, rolling, a sound that grates my spine. I freeze. A chill. My brown hair. Ethan's black. Owen's blonde tuft. Luke's blonde too. His blue eyes mirroring my son's. It's a stupid thought. A flash. But Luke's laugh twists it into something ugly. He doesn't stop smirking down at Owen. He looks like me, he says, voice loud, playful. Maybe he's mine. Ethan's still chuckling, slapping Luke's shoulder like it's the funniest damn thing. But I'm stone. The room I don't rough. I don't. Give him back, I say, sharp, stepping forward, and Luke's grin falters as I snatch Owen, clutching him tight, his warmth a lifeline. Not in a million years, I snap, voice trembling, fury spilling out. No woman with sense would want you. The air shifts. Ethan's laugh dies, Luke's face twists into something sour, a grimace that's half shock, half sneer. They don't say a word, just stare, and then they're gone, out the door, golf bags slung over shoulders, leaving me with Owen's soft weight and a rage that won't quit. Ethan comes home hours later, the house dark except for the kitchen light. Owen asleep upstairs. I'm at the sink, scrubbing a bottle so hard my knuckles ache when he steps in, voice low. You took it too far with Luke, he says, and I spin, water dripping, eyes blazing. Too far? He disrespected me. Your wife, the mother of your kid, and you laughed. He flinches, hands up. It was how he is. You know how he is. It's not true, so why are you so pissed? I slam the bottle down, glass rattling, because it's not funny. It's my son, our son, and he's turning it into some frat boy punchline. And you let him. He steps closer, eyes pleading. I didn't mean it like that. I'd never doubt you. It's just Luke being Luke, but it's not just Luke. It's Ethan, laughing along, letting it slide, and I'm gutted. The trust I've built with him fraying at the edges. I don't care how he is, I say, voice breaking. It's foul, and you should have shut it down. He's quiet, jaw tight. And I walk out, leaving him staring at the sink, the weight of it sinking in. A weight of it sinking in. Ethan's on the phone with Luke, voice low, tense, and I catch scraps. She's pissed, man. You went too far. Before he hangs up, rubbing his face, he's sorry, he says, but I scoff, bitter. Sure he is. Then the texts start. Luke's sister, Kara, first. You're a bitch, Tessa. It was a joke. Lighten up. Then Ethan's cousin, Sam. Blunt. Luke's an ass, but you didn't have to gut him like that. My phone buzzes nonstop. Ethan's aunt, his buddies, all piling on, calling me dramatic, cold, a killjoy. Mom's the outlier, storming over with coffee and a snarl. He's a pig, she says, slamming the mug down. Ethan's blind if he can't see it. But the family splits. Half defend Luke, half me, a war of whispers and shouts. Ethan's torn, pacing our living room, saying, He's my brother, Tessa. But you're my world. I believe him, but it's not enough. The sting's too deep. Luke's words a knife in my ribs. I can't look at Owen without hearing it. Maybe he's mine. And it's poison. Twisting my love into doubt. I limit Luke's shadow. Tell Ethan he's not welcome here, not near my son. And it's a line in the sand, one Ethan straddles, guilt in his eyes. Thanksgiving hits, and it's a powder keg. Ethan's Aunt Clara hosts, a big house stuffed with relatives. The air thick with turkey and tension. I've dodged Luke since that day. But Ethan begs, one meal, Tess for family? I go, Owen in my arms, a shield against the chaos I smell coming. Luke's there, all grins and bravado, sidling up with a beer. Hey, little man, he says, reaching for Owen, and I yank back sharp. Don't. I snap, voice ice, and the room stills. Forks pause, eyes widen. A gasp from Clara. Luke's face darkens, voice loud. It was a joke, Tessa. You're making me the bad guy over nothing. Ethan steps in, jaw tight. You crossed a line, Luke. Back off. Clara's on her feet. Finger jabbing. Here's family, you're tearing us apart. Sam smirks. She's too sensitive. Luke's just Luke. But Mom's there, slamming her glass down, voice a roar. He's a creep. Insulted her kid, her marriage. Ethan, grow a spine. Table erupts. Half shouting I'm right, half I'm cruel. A chaos of voices that drowns Owen's fussing. I'm trembling, holding him tight. Tears burning. You don't get it. I yell, voice shattering. He mocked my son, and you're defending him. Luke's red-faced bellowing. I'm not a monster. You're unhinged. Ethan pulls me out, Owen crying. And we're in the car, the night a blur of headlights and silence. I'm done with him, Ethan says, voice low, and I nod. But the rift's a chasm now. Family fractured, trust bruised. Christmas looms, and it's a reckoning. Ethan's grandma's house, neutral ground, packed with eyes. I go, Owen strapped to me, a fortress. Luke's there, subdued, eyes darting, and the room watches. He approaches, slow, voice soft. I'm sorry, Tessa. I was a dick. I didn't mean it. It's real raw, but not enough. But not enough. You hurt me, I say, steady, Owen warm against me. You don't get a pass. He nods, steps back, and Ethan's hand finds mine solid. The family splits. Some curse me, some cheer, but I'm standing, unbroken. Owen grows, smiling, grabbing my light. Ethan cuts Luke loose, slow, painful, and we heal jagged but real. Luke fades, a ghost I don't mourn, and the family's rift lingers, a scar we wear. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole? Maybe to them? But to Owen, to me, I'm another who fought. And what